I had a sports psychologist once ask me the question, so if you're not ready now, when will you be ready? And what would signify the fact that you were good enough? And I sat there and, you have those questions that you wrestle with. And maybe even part of that question 20 years later still wanders around my head. Like, I just don't know. And what they were trying to drag me towards was, you may never believe you're good enough, so just go and get on with it.
Yeah.
But that's a really hard thing to do when that's not what we're told to do throughout schooling or parenting or the church or all sorts of places. It's a very, very hard barrier to overcome.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you back that up though with like hard work, you don't just like kind of throw yourself out there and you're like, oh, I'm just going to keep faking it. But you actually are still working to, make it happen in whatever, if that's sports or life or family or business, that you back it up with hard work.
Mm. So you mentioned two interesting things in the past few minutes, and the first one that I want us to chat around is the idea of consistency. You said you were looking to get that consistent level of performance, and I think anybody who does anything, whether it's at work, whether it's a hobby in the outdoors, whether it's jogging in the mornings, I think everybody is striving for consistency. And I wonder if it's a form of perfection and I don't know whether it's truly achievable or not all of the time. What do you think?
That's really interesting. I got to think about that one a little bit. I've definitely realized in the last couple of years that I feel silly saying this, but I always thought like perfectionism, like if I was a perfectionist, I would be very organized and have a very clean house, which I don't feel like I don't have either. But I've noticed through like just getting older, these perfectionist tendencies that I have. And I can see that through my athletic career and, now with motherhood and grad school and my meditation practice, like everything, just how hard I can be on myself. I guess when I think of consistency, when I look back on my sort of experience with open water swimming, I mean more the consistency of, I felt like I didn't really understand why is it sometimes I would show up to race and I would feel really nervous and it was overwhelming and scary and I would swim well. And, why, like what it seemed like it was, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, haphazard. Like I didn't really understand sort of how, like the process, everything. So consistency, I think more like with the mental side doesn't mean, I don't take that to mean that like every time you show up, you are performing at your best. But you're consistent with your effort and also being able to look at your mistakes, and not have them drag you down. If that makes sense.
How did you find, we all have days where we wake up in a funk, the day, I don't know why, you wake up in the morning and you just feel more grumpy than other days. And yet you have a race or you have a thing you need to go and achieve. What strategies or tools or things did you learn and develop to kind of help yourself out of the hole and actually go and get in the water and genuinely swim a good time? Or what do you give to other athletes, performers, or people to try and do the same for themselves?
Yeah. I think a big thing for me was routine. So, the morning of a race, I had pretty specific with routine with how I got ready, what I ate. So even if like I felt a little off, like I focused on how I was preparing for the race, and also knowing that you don't have to feel great to swim great or to perform well. You can kind of hold those things separately. but if you, look into, wake up and you're like, oh, well, I don't feel great, so that means I'm going to, perform poorly, then you probably are. But if you can just kind of accept, like, okay, like, maybe you are kind of grumpy. Maybe you didn't sleep. I usually didn't sleep well before a big race because I was really nervous. So, I never really woke up like, I feel like I have so much energy. But I also would wake up really early. So I wouldn't have like time, I had plenty of time to do everything that I needed to do. So, so I think routines for me, and I think for other athletes, are really helpful. The last several years, I've really have kind of taken a deep dive into mindfulness and meditation. And I think the practice of accepting, the present moment for what it is, and not trying to change it or judge it, is a very valuable practice, just to accept this is how to not put a lot of meaning into every single thing, just because you're grumpy or angry or you had a fight with a significant other or whatever it is, like that doesn't have to, translate into every other aspect of your performance.